Now, in part one of India Today's independent forensic investigation, we decoded the events hours before and after Sushant's death. India Today is now trying to piece together Sushant Singh Rajput's mystery, and now we reveal whether the actor died by hanging or, as some theories suggested, he was strangulated. Here is part two of India Today's independent forensic examination of Sushant Singh Rajput's death that we've found. Let's take a listen.
सीबीआई इस नतीजे पे पहुंची है कि यस ये पॉसिबल है, बेड और पंखे की हाइट पे और सुशांत की हाइट के हिसाब से वहां तक फंदा कसा जा सकता है। लेकिन जो बड़ा सवाल है वो अब भी राज बना हुआ, और वो सवाल ये है कि क्या सुशांत ने खुद हैंगिंग की, ये सुसाइड किया, या फिर मर्डर है, या फिर उनको बेहोश करके उस पर टांगा गया।
The CBI's dummy test puts to rest speculation over the hanging. A man of the height of Sushant Singh Rajput could hang in this space. That whether it's a suicide or a homicide is still a moot point, a subject of further investigation. Independent forensics expert Nisha Menon has analyzed Rajput's initial autopsy report and the pictures of the body closely. She concurs that the injury mark noticed on the actor's neck is a telltale sign of hanging. An inverted V-shape left by the ligature, the material used to make the noose, a kurta in Rajput's case. Else the mark would be something like this, taking a horizontal course across the neck in the event of strangling.
Whether the hanging is homicidal or suicidal. When we say homicidal, whether the aspect is more towards the angle where he has been killed, or somebody else is involved in that, that is a matter of further investigation, and they are higher authorities who have full platter and full set of evidences to investigate this entire thing. Now, taking this step further and correlating with the post-mortem findings, what we have, that is the provisional certificate what we have, the most crucial part of a hanging is the ligature mark that is present in the neck. If we start putting it together as a diagrammatic view, it would say that this is a V-shaped, and V-shaped ligature mark are indicative of hanging. So, we can at one point of time say that it's not a strangulation, it is a typical case, or the ligature mark shows a typical case of hanging. Now, talking about the texture of this entire ligature mark, it is said that it is brownish in texture because of the time duration which it has almost dried off, and because of that the color of this particular ligature mark is brown in color. It might have started with red color, yellowish pale, and then subsequently it has gone brown.
A professional forensic expert with almost 2 decades of experience, Menon, however, discovered certain omissions in medical observations about the neck in Rajput's provisional autopsy report. No injury to tissues and bones packed inside the neck.
Very clearly you can see this hyoid bone. This is this horseshoe shaped, and it is covered by a cartilage. This is the thyroid cartilage that is towards the center. Laryngeal prominence, that is the area where you can see a voice box, and there is a cartilage which covers that also. Cricoid cartilage is this area, and tracheal cartilages. Now, this is basically the internal structure, and here when we start working on, or when we look at the postmortem report, the observations which have been mentioned here is very limited. First of all, there is no hemorrhage, which apparently either there is no hemorrhage because this is the area where there is maximum impact, and absence of hemorrhage is slightly doubtful, which has to be figured out and probed deeper by the second set of team. Moving on further, it is also said that the tracheal cartilage, the thyroid cartilage, the cricoid cartilage, and the hyoid bone, everything to be intact in position, no fracture, nothing is there, which again is a matter which has to be really probed into and looked into.
Death by asphyxia also leaves tiny pinpoint red marks on the face and inside of the eyelids because of the obstruction of airways. but Menon found no observation linked to them in the provisional autopsy report. Its final version came on the 5th of August, but is not available in the public domain.
Talking about these hemorrhages, which was mentioned as pinpoint hemorrhages, technically it is known as petechial hemorrhages. Petechial hemorrhages is rupture of small vessels, and very dot-shaped small hemorrhages are there. And specifically, this is definitely found in cases where the death is because of suffocation. Whether it is a strangulation, whether it's a suicidal hanging, whether it's a homicidal hanging, petechial hemorrhages are definitely present. And specifically this eyelid, that is the internal part of the eyelids, there are specific petechial hemorrhages which I think so has not been mentioned in the post-mortem report, and which has to be taken care of or should be probed into. And even if there were petechial hemorrhages, what was the frequency? If it was absent, it should have been clearly mentioned that it is absent. It is not even present there.
Remember, Sushant's post-mortem was carried out by a team of doctors at Mumbai's Cooper Hospital. They've been questioned by the CBI.
A team of CBI officials came here to the Cooper Hospital located in Juhu, where the post-mortem of Sushant Singh Rajput, the late actor, was done right here. When the CBI team came here, they questioned the people in the morgue, the doctors here. They inspected the morgue.
A team of doctors at the prestigious All India Institute of Medical Sciences in Delhi has been formed to examine Sushant's autopsy report. Forensic experts like Nisha Menon say the AIIMS doctors may have to rely heavily on photographs and video recordings of the post-mortem for clear clues, which otherwise appear to be vague in parts of the preliminary Cooper Hospital findings. Bureau Report, India Today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.